What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. This is the Joyful Sojourn, and this is my first of, I think, 3 subscription boxes I am receiving in the month of June 2024. Man, this one, though, it's going to be tough to beat. This is the seasonal box from Archer and Olive. I do buy these things on my own, so I did pay for this myself, but I am an affiliate, and the box is still available. So if you do decide that you are interested in this box and you end up purchasing it, I hope you'll consider shopping with the affiliate link in my description box. Is that right? Description box down below. And Joyful 10 will always save you 10% off over at Archer and Olive. I say always, the exception actually is the sub box. So it won't work on the sub box, but Joyful 10 for everything else, and the affiliate link would allow me to receive a small commission off of your purchase. So thank you for supporting my channel. Let's stop with the blabbing and talk about this beautiful thing. Now, this is a seasonal box. It comes out every 3 months, and the theme for now is desk aesthetic, which is kind of like back to school vibes, but like mature and gorgeous. Like, look at the side of the box here. It is so pretty. It's also a very heavy box. I love the colors of it. If you're a neutral person, you might not like this vibe, but I love it. Like, my creative desk is a hot mess of color, but my actual work desk, which is 2 feet that way, is very much this vibe, and it's so pretty. So let's open this up. They come out quarterly, so every 3 months, usually seasonal, and oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Let's move things out of the way. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna have to get creative here with my bar for filming. Okay, let's look. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is still available. It is $75. So she is a pretty penny, but this is one of those boxes where I feel like the value is there because you'll always get 2 notebooks, and the notebooks themselves are usually what, $35, something like that. So $70 is the value of 2 notebooks, and then you get a bunch of other little goodies as well. Plus just the fun, what I consider the entertainment of opening a box like this. So we have desk aesthetic, and this card's gonna tell us what all is inside. If you want to get a little sneaky peek, you can zoom in, but we're going to open it right now. So I'm just going to set this aside, but have it available so I can reference it. Oh my gosh. Journal case! What? I don't think I was expecting this. A journal case? What? I had been eyeing the creativity case, so I'm curious. I haven't purchased it yet, but I'm curious. What does that look like? We're gonna take everything out and then we'll unbox it. So we have a journaling case. Oh, the vibes. We have, this is a B5 notebook. Yes, so pretty. We have a memo pad. Some pens. These are not calligraph or acrylograph pens. These are dual-tipped pens, chisel and fine liner. So, oh, look at those colors. Oh, so my vibe. I'm so excited. We have 2 sheets of stickers, a B5 planning stencil. We will talk about this aesthetic shortly, because I did see the sneak peek of the smaller journal. We have decorative tape and the A5 journal. I wish that Archer and Olive did more graph grid. I'm kind of moving out of dot grid and into graph grid, and they don't do graph grid. So if you are associated with Archer and Olive in any way, shape, or form, will you please, like, I would love if this notebook actually had graph paper in it. I would love that so much. Okay, so where do we start? Let's set the large things aside and do the small things first. So we're gonna set the notebooks aside and the journal case. Oh my gosh. Oh, like, I don't even, the packaging. Can we just talk about this? We've got like a lined paper aesthetic. We've got little paper clips. It's just all so pretty. These are boxes that you just don't want to throw away, which if you're trying to like declutter and stuff, that's probably terrible, but it is what it is. Let's start with the stickers. I never start with stickers, but we'll start with the stickers. Let's see what these look like. So friggin' pretty. 2 sets. So they're the same but different colors. So here is the first set. So we've got some like clipboard boxes, a mood tracker. Ooh, but it's like a 30-day mood tracker. So this is all one sticker. And hopefully you can see down at the bottom, 1 through 31 for the days of the month. And you've got your different moods here. So you can just point or use your pen and mark what mood you feel that day. That's fun. And then we have cute little boxes down here. Let me check out the shape of these. Sometimes you can't tell how awesome a sticker is until you actually take it off the paper. But look, see how you can see much more. Sorry, I've got like dirt on me from, I took Esther to the park today. Look how it like notches up to accommodate that paper clip. Cute. And the colors are just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm already really into this box. It is so pretty. Okay, so we have 2 sheets of these with the gold foil. And then look at these ones. These are habit trackers. Colors look slightly different between these 2 boxes, but really, really cool to have the whole year. So you've got January to December, 1 through 31. And this is going to fit, this will fit in your A5. This will fit in my Hemlock and Oak too. And then we've got just habit tracker stickers down here. These will fit, probably fit in my, all the planners, guys. My Laurel Denise mini horizontal that I'm using for health and wellness right now. So great. These are very functional, but they're like pretty, you know? I love that. Okay, let's look at the decorative tapes. I've said in the past, I'm not like the hugest fan of the I love the designs of the Archer and Olive tapes. I'm not a huge fan of the type of paper it is. They're super waxy, and so they're hard for me as someone who likes to rip paper. I don't find them very rippable. So that can be a source of frustration for me, but let's take a look. So here is the first one, and it is so pretty. Really neutral, a little bit of gold on there. Scissors, ruler, paper clip, pencil, all the crafty things. Let's see what that looks like on paper. Yeah, I mean, it's just really pretty. Very, very pretty. We have task boxes here. Ooh, and they're actually colored. They're kind of like an ombre rainbow, but in that really neutral colorway. Well, that could be decorative tape too, not just functional. But that's nice. You know, if you want something different than like a graph grid, you throw this down for a little something something. Next we have ruler washi. Yeah, this tape has more of a plastic feel than a paper feel, which I guess there's a time and a space for that. It's just, I typically use it like, you know, scrap paper. So it, you know, this, see how it doesn't rip super easily. I know the method in which you can rip with, you know, a card or scissors, but I like to rip my washi, and this is just not that kind of washi. So for what it is excellent quality, but for the type of washi that I use, it's not super functional for me. But I do like that ruler look, so I will definitely be using it functionally, and I believe the measurements are accurate. Like the spacing is accurate. Should we double check that? Let's check what I'm saying. Oh yeah, yep. So it is accurate. Should I zoom in a little bit? It is accurate. That is centimeter and millimeter. So we'll take it. So that is really pretty. And then we have time blocking washi. Yeah, it's just such a washy it's hard to describe this material. It's definitely more plasticky than papery. It is in 24-hour time. I like that it's wider. I love a wide washi. See, it's very hard to rip. You're gonna have to cut it. You can cut it with your super fancy previous sub box scissors from Archer and Olive. Yeah, I mean, it cuts really easy. It's just not gonna rip easy. But here is your time blocking washi. Ooh, look at that gold. Very pretty. So those are the 4 desk aesthetic washi tapes in this set. Let's take a look at the memo pad, the pens, hey, and the stencil before we get into the big kahunas. All right, so there was the washi. Let's take a look at the, actually, let's do the pens next. Let's do the pens next. If you're not following me over on Instagram, you might want to do that because I'm calling it the summer of swatch. I'm going through all of my pens and swatching them in my Archer and Olive 8x8 notebook. And I'm posting a reel for each like set of pens. And I've only done 2 Saturdays so far, but man, it's a lot of work, you guys, especially because I have them on a pen rack, and with the Archer and Olive ones, I'm not even sure they're in their collection anymore, which is very bad for me trying to figure out what is what. So that will be a journey of a reel, but maybe I should swatch these in this today. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so already I can tell you I love these colors. They're so pretty. So this is a different style, and we do have the names. So thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. So Archer and Olive, so we have a 3mm tip and a 0.4mm tip. And let's see what the chisel looks like. There is your chisel tip. It is a small chisel. Now, just for those of you who are going to start comparing these to mild liners, let's just compare. Oh, I mean, like the tip. Let me make sure this is seeable. Hold on. There we go. Maybe that's easier. Can you all see? Definitely a smaller tip on this guy. So let's see. Actually, now I just want to compare. Hold on. So there is a typical mild liner. Pretty color, by the way. This is, oh, this was in their neutral one. Does it have a color name on it? Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. But this kind of matches. I wonder if these will be kind of similar. Here is the, oh, these are very pigmented. But just to compare the width here, you can see the difference between the 0.4 and whatever the mild liner is. So you've got the chisel tip, and then you have a 0.4mm like liner. And this is that like plastic type tip with the color at the end. Ooh, but it's thick. It is thick. So let's see if we can figure out these color names. This looks pretty blue-green, so we're going to consider this Salted Sea, maybe? Salted Sea. I thought this was going to look a lot finer than that. Kind of wish it was a little bit finer, not going to lie. All right, this one, I could be wrong. So we might need to change our, ooh, that is so pretty. This must be, this is hard. Okay, this must be new gray. This must be barely pink. This has to be, eucalyptus. So this is eucalyptus. You know, I'm actually really surprised with the plastic tip. Usually they feel stiff. This actually feels like it's like giving a little bit, which is giving us a slightly thicker finish on it. Okay, I'm guessing this must be then green tea. Ooh, great. We can compare. Check this out. That was a happy Happy accident. So this is green tea. Green tea. Ooh, it looks a little more yellow as you write it out. So let's compare green tea to that zebra mild liner. We'll just go right above it. So there's that neutral mild liner from zebra. And then there is green tea right above it. Green tea is a little dirtier, I would say. Yeah, I'd say it's a little dirtier. Then we have New Gray, which looks like it's going to be a warm gray. Oh yeah, definitely a warm gray. New Gray. I like these. I think it's good that Archer and Olive is coming out with these chisel tips. I think they're meeting a need that a lot of people have. This is Barely Pink. This color to me looks a little more fair fleshy. Fair toned fleshy. I was kind of hoping for it to be a little more mauve-y, but it's definitely more like my skin tone, I would say. I would say like, yeah, a little more Elizabeth toned fleshy. So those are the pens, and let's hope I can remember to put these on because I'm going to need them when I do my Instagram reel for labeling and swatching. But those are pretty. Those are really pretty. Let's see more of these. I want more, Bonnie. Give me more. Okay, let's check out the memo pad. Man, I love these boxes. I just feel, especially because everything's individually wrapped, I feel like it's like a present for me. Like it's such a pleasurable experience. I feel like I'm getting little presents that I get to unwrap. And because the packaging is always freaking gorgeous, it's highly giftable. Like, look at this with the pencils and the scissors. Like, if I didn't want the memo pad, I could like give this in a teacher appreciation gift or like give it to my boss or what, well, could have given it to my previous boss. Yeah, I just feel like it's so easy to re-gift these. Now I'm gonna have to open this on, the top and the bottom because this guy is like fit to the memo pad. See if I can use there we go, my tweezers and then push it out this way. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that back in the box. Ooh, that is so pretty. Everything is so pretty. This has a nice like texture to it, a little grit. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see it. Love the thumbtack. Archer and Olive. And then you just open it up. And you've got a pretty generous memo pad. And it's not sticky. There's no adhesive, so it's not like a sticky note. And it's got that old school lined paper look. The paper is kind of a cream color, off-white, I guess. I wouldn't say cream. It's off-white. So if you just need something in your junk drawer, I mean, it's kind of a waste for a junk drawer, but maybe something on your coffee table with just a pen next to it. So if you have like an idea, you know, you just write it down, do a little brain dump while you're watching TV. Or you know what this would be fun for? I love playing Rummy Cube, big Rummy Cube family. And me and my mom go on runs for like years where we have one running score pad. This would be a really fun score pad for games if you're a gaming family, because this is pretty small. It's going to fit into a lot of different game boxes. So if, what? Hold on. We've got lined on the top, graph grid on the bottom or on the back. Oh, see, we know that you can do it, Archer and Olive. Like, give me more. Give me more graph grid. How pretty. So anyways, that is just a couple of ideas for, sorry, this dirt on my wrist from, we were teaching Esther how to play cornhole. I know she's 19 months, but the girl is smart. I love this. And I think it definitely works for a brain dump memo pad, easy to throw into your purse. if you are a dude and you like keeping things in your back pocket, or if you're a dudette and you like keeping things in your back pocket, this would probably fit into a back pocket. So I like this, but I kind of like the idea of using this for games. I might put this on our game shelf, and this can be like our scorekeeper pad. What do you guys think of that idea? Let me know some other ideas you have for that. Okay, let's take a look at the planning stencil. You know, this is giving me old composition book vibes. I think we're gonna need to zoom out just a little bit because this guy's a big one. I also pulled out my A5 one so we can do a bit of a comparison. They might be exactly the same, but for a B5 sized journal. But let's look. I like that they put dot grid underneath so you can see what it's gonna look like. And I know I'm keeping this thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it off of the guy. Ooh, see, how cool is that? Very kind of them to print with dot grid so you can see what those different shapes are gonna look like, or the different sizes of the boxes. So here it is, guys. So many box spaces. Honestly, I probably should put this back on here because it does really highlight the things that you can do. So we've got some, oh, and it includes the number of, is it the number of spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or the number of dots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the number of dots. They also include on the ruler. And we've got a box, and then we've got a box that's a little bit bigger, but it's got a rounded edge. So if you're more of a round person versus a hard corners person, that is really cool. Here you've got a way that if you wanted like a softer kind of taskbar, or maybe you're making a header, so it's more like pill shaped. And then we've got the same thing, but with that 90-degree angle. We've got bullets and boxes. So good. So let's compare that to this guy. So obviously, I wonder if you might be able to see it better. Yeah, you could probably see it better this way. Looks like the ampersand is white on this one and black on the A5. So what else is different? Well, we've got more task lists over here. More task lists. We have a different type of flag box here. We've got stars here. We've got hexagons on both. So I think they did a really good job taking what is really popular about the A5 and expanding it to fit in the B5, which we'll throw it in the B5 to show the size difference. But also making it different enough to where if you have this one, you would be interested in having this one. And items in the subscription box are not sold separately usually. Like I would say 9 times out of 10, this is exclusive to the box. So if you like this, if you like a couple items in the box, it's worth just buying the box, in my opinion. But let's say like a year or two down the line, they have leftover boxes. I have seen them separate items in the box and sell them separately as a way to like clear through inventory. But I have a feeling that the aesthetic of this is so good that I just don't think that they would do that with this box. The other thing that they do with these boxes is they use them as like a prototype market testing opportunity. So if people go gaga over this in the box, we could potentially see this come into the shop at some point in the future and it become part of their kind of general like essentials collection. But I really don't know. But these are different enough that you could have both for sure. I mean, there's no circles on this one. So anyways, there's a comparison of the A5 and the B5. Definitely different shapes, but the same concept, like giving us the measurements of the boxes and the dots. I think that is really, really rad. So I am very, very happy to have a bigger version of this. I also had a ruler from them from like a box 2 years ago, and it snapped pretty quickly. And I have not had the same issues with the A5 one. So they're definitely improving on the products that they are creating. So that is the stencil. Let's take a look at these guys. Oh, the big kahunas. So this is the journal case. I can already tell you I'm using this. Yes, I'm using it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I will have to come up with or film my, like, I don't know, half year check-in what I'm currently using, because you guys, I am in a totally different space right now than I was in January. And I have a couple of Archer and Olive journals in my lineup that I'm using. So I'm excited to use this journal case. Look how beautiful this box is. Can we just look at it again with the plastic off? Beautiful, neutral. And then the box on the, or the bottom part of the box, that neutral kind of taupe color. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Okay, so this is that kind of vegan leather, you know, faux material, but it is it embossed or debossed? It looks like it's debossed with a leaf pattern, and I'll have to go this way. This is what the spine looks like. So it's giving us that like book spine look, and it wraps all the way around. The back says Archer and Olive down at the bottom. And then we have a nice big zipper, big thick zipper, and it works great. Love that. We'll open it up. Wow. So it is like a mini creativity case, because we've got spaces for the pens. We have a pocket. We have space for some washi tapes. Ooh, we should see how many will fit on there. We have a pocket. No, that's not a pocket. Okay, so this is not a pocket. That is not a pocket. This is a pocket. So your journal is going to go in right here, and then you zip it up and you get it good to go. So we're going to put the A5 journal in here and pack it up and see how it looks. Right now it looks a little silly because there's a lot of extra fabric, but I love that there's extra fabric because it tells me that it's meant to accommodate a lot of stuff. So we will play with this shortly once we have some journals to actually, ooh, excuse me. We have some journals to actually throw in there. Let's open up the B5 journal first. Dot grid, 160 GSM weighted paper, 112 pages. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I already know, I don't know what the B5 looks like, but I already know that I'm planning to use the A5 for what? What was I going to say? I'm going to use it for, I think, like the Joyful Sojourn, like creative ideas. It's going to be like my ideas notebook. Let's open this guy up. Oh my gosh, this color. Oh, this is like one of my favorite colors. It's like a green. Oh, look at the ruler lines. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, maybe I use this one. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Don't you love when you buy a mystery box and all of the items are items that you would have purchased because it's so freaking rad, but you got it for cheap because you took the risk on a mystery? That is the way I feel right now. Oh, look how pretty. You guys, I think this is picking up fairly true to color on camera. It is a dusty blue-green. It is so pretty. We've got the icons on the front and then the ruler design. Oh, it's so pretty. Look, even the spine has the ruler design. Nothing on the back, nice and simple. Then we open it up. Like, look at it without the ribbon. Like, tell me that is not a pretty journal. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. This may be one of my favorite boxes they've done. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Look at the pattern on the inside cover. These are all, I think, the same colors. Yep, same colors as the pens. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. Maybe this is my ideas book. It is big though. It is that B5 size, which I like. I like for memory keeping. I think it could be a good journal size. I don't know if I want it for ideas because it's less convenient for taking like to a coffee shop. So we've got the dot grid and then of course the pocket in the back and our two bookmarks. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. Love it. Pen loop per the usual as well. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is So good. One of my favorite notebooks I've ever seen from Archer and Olive. I kid you not. I'm not kidding. I tell no lie. This is one of my favorites. I think just because it is a stationery themed stationery item. It's just too much. And yet it's like all that I want. I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love it. Wow. I'm going to put this guy back in. No, I'm going to leave it out just because I want to look at it. We're going to leave it out. Look, we're going to leave it right here. We'll swap places with the A5 just to never forget. Hashtag never forget the beauty. I wish that this was graph grid, you guys. I feel like this was a missed opportunity for Archer and Olive with this A5. We have a lot of dot grid pens, or a lot of dot grid journals, and with this aesthetic, you could have easily given us a dot grid B5, and then, are you ready for this? I know what this one looks like. It is like the old school composition notebook, you know, that's typically black and white, looking like a cow. Look, how freaking gorgeous. Now, did I see how many pages are on this one? It's a little thicker. It's 192 pages. Oh my gosh. It's so good, you guys. Here is your side, or your spine, excuse me. So pretty on a bookshelf. Ah, this vibe is so good. Even the gold looks rad. And we've got our classic dot grid. Tell me that you don't think this would have looked rad in the graph paper. Oh, look at the little paper clips in gold. That's so pretty. Yeah, I wish that this was graph grid. It is perfect, except for it could have been with the graph grid. Still got a pocket. Got our pen loop. So I think this is going to be my ideas notebook, my creative ideas notebook, like for my business, because it just looks rad. And I like that it is a little bit thicker. So it's small but thick. So I can fit a lot of ideas in here. Oh my goodness. So shall we see how this guy fits inside our new cover? Because what I would do is if I was going to a coffee shop or something, I would just take this whole thing. And I think it's going to fit. I don't think that there is an A5 more than 192 pages from Archer and Olive. So if it fits this thicker one, then we know that we're going to be just fine. I'm going to just put this ribbon inside there. Oh my gosh, this box, you guys, it's so pretty. And we're going to slide. Hopefully this fits. We should be able to slide this in. If it doesn't fit, I'll be confused. There we go. It fits. I mean, it bulges a little bit because of the pen loop, but it fits. Let's see how it feels. Being zipped up, yeah, they definitely needed that extra fabric. But we've got room to grow still. We still have room to grow. This almost gives me like Bible cover vibes. You guys see it? So if you have an A5 size Bible, this cover would fit. Got one of the, like a smaller pocket Bible. Well, pocket Bible wouldn't fit quite right, but you could easily put if you had like a thin Bible and like a notepad, you could fit them both in here with your notes. And then you got your whole kind of on the go setup for church. Just an idea. Y'all know I'm trying to figure out how to use these things. I want to buy them because it's fun. I want to unbox them because they're fun. But I want to use them because they're fun. So I'm always going to be trying to figure out what to do. Okay, so this fits. Let's see how these fit. And these kind of rival in size the Tombos. Should I grab a Tombow for comparison's sake? I think we should. Let me open this guy up. Grab a Tombow. So Tombows are bigger than, let me try to get these to fit about the same. Tombos are a little bit bigger, but they both fit. But you're losing the functionality of the washi roll thingy, the washi holder. But that fits nice. We're going to go ahead and load it up just because I want to see. We're going to have to do 2 different scenarios. We're going to have to try like this without washi. So we'll do this without washi. Here, let's just to make sure we're filling things in. Let's add one more pen here. Okay, so here it is with just pens. Gonna seal it up. We've got plenty of fabric, it feels like. Yep, plenty of fabric to accommodate everything. Sorry, we're bouncing a little bit. Cool. So it works with all the pens. She's thick now. She's thick, but she feels sturdy. She feels well made. She doesn't feel cheap. I've had many a case that has felt cheap. So if you're gonna take these pens, you're probably not gonna take washi. So keep that in mind. But if you are taking regular pens like this, you are going to take washi. So let's grab these guys and see how they fit and then how the bag zips. So we'll open this up and you just throw them on. Ooh, it's gonna be a tight fit. Got to get them all standing. There we go. So there they are, all standing. Okay. Is it? No, it's not going to close if you put in that much washi, or if you put in washi that is that thick. And I think even if I had one of the smaller Archer and Olives notebooks with less pages, I still don't think it would fit. So I don't get the washi roll concept. The washi roll, maybe if you take one and turn it on its side, really trying to figure things out here. That's kind of pushed. I mean, yeah. So I think this is unnecessary. This might be something that I either, I leave and I never use it, or I actually maybe just trim it off. And I just kind of cut it right here and take it off. That's a shame. The concept is good. I like the idea of taking washi on the go, but let me try a different one, a different washi. This is a different time blocking washi. I think this was from Laurel Denise. So let's just try a different one. Yeah, I mean, that'll probably work. Yeah, it will work if you're using thinner washi. There's 2. Okay, it'll fit the 2 of the thinner. Should we try? I have more of these time. I think it was like a set of 3. I will never want for time blocking washi. Okay, let's try that. Kudos to the creativity case though, or not the I want to call it the creativity case. This is not the creativity case. This is the journal case. The case that they sell on the website is different. I need to make sure I am not saying it incorrectly. So if you're using smaller washi, thinner millimetered washi, you can fit, I would say 3 safely. But interestingly, I mean, not that everything has to work perfectly within the box, but these thicker rolls are not going to fit on here. You're not going to be able to close the case. Then these pockets, I mean, I guess we could put, just since we're playing around here, we've got some stickers, right? They gave us stickers in this pack, or in this box. So if we put the stickers in though, if we put them in this back one, are we going to be blocking the washi? Yes. Okay, so we don't want to do that. And then if we put it in the next one down, yes, we're still going to block it. So you would eliminate the functionality of the washi if you throw these here. I mean, you can always, these are going to fit inside your pocket. So that would be probably the best place to put your stickers. Right? They can fit, right? I think it's just, I need to take the journal out to be able to fit these in, but I don't want to do that right now. So, all right, guys, I think, have we done a thorough looky-loo at this? Yeah, this feels really nice. It's got that kind of peach fuzz. feel, and then this has more of a leather feel. But I like this. I think this is great. I really do. I'm going to definitely incorporate the journal cover now, and we'll probably move into the composition notebook soon because I just think it is too good. All right, friends, I think that is everything. We've got the case. Let's see if we can do a roll call. Let me put this guy here. We've got the case. We've got the gorgeous B5 notebook and the gorgeous A5 notebook. Really well done on the designs. Again, wish that this was graph grid though. The memo pad, can't forget the memo pad because she's adorable. We have the 4-piece decorative washi. Put those guys right there. We have the B5 stencil, which I think people are going to be super pumped about. And the stickers. Throw those right there. And of course, cannot forget the pens. Everything? I think that's everything. Let me see if I missed anything else. No, I think that's it. The A5 notebook, the B5 notebook, dual tip pens, washi tapes, B5 stencil, the A5 zipper folio, the memo pad, and the stickers. Yep, that is everything in this box. Let me know, what do you think of this desk aesthetic box? Do you love it? What are some things that you're most excited about? Did you pick up this box? If you didn't, are you gonna go grab it? Let me know. And if you have any questions, leave them down below as well. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you decide to pick anything up, my affiliate link is in the description box. So is that Joyful10 coupon code. All right, friends, if you want to hang out with me again, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today, and I'll see you in my next video.